Getting ready to get out of here. Tying up my salad. I'm taking the shit bike home because I'm gonna be away. I don't want my good bike to be outside while I'm away. So I have my shit one. This one is a broken front fork, broken chain. Well, not broken, bad. Bad condition chain, bad condition chain ring, bad condition cassette. Battery is on its way out. Motor on its way out. Light on its way out. So this bicycle is kind of a piece of shit. So I don't mind leaving this one outside while I'm away because there's nothing to steal on it. Piece of shit. Also, my tail light is held on by tape. Another way to ensure that nobody will steal it. Make sure it looks like the biggest piece of shit humanly possible and nobody will steal it. So I have the tail light held to it by a piece of tape. What do you think of the SEC letting CB band use of FM? I don't know. I don't follow any of that shit at all. I also don't know what you mean CBFM and too many acronyms. Why are you streaming in ultimately low latency mode? There is no mode, man. There's no mode. It's a cell phone. You don't get options on a cell phone. There's no such thing as what. This isn't like YouTube dashboard on a computer. You don't get modes. It's like you get on and you get off. That's it. You get on and you get off. Nothing else. I just turn off the AC before I get out of here. Tomorrow we drive the fuck out of this shithole of a city. I'm excited. I'm a little bit excited. One sec, I forgot to unplug something. Don't fall. This bike also doesn't have a kickstand either. This bike is missing everything. This is my piece of shit for when I need it to not get stolen. Okay, come on. Stay. Good bicycle. Okay, good enough for me. Turn you on. Oh man, this feels like shit. It rides like shit too. Everything. Perfect. Oh, that's the wrong code. I forgot my own security alarm code. Okay, ultrasonic is off, air conditioner is off, other air conditioner is off. I got my keys, got my DaVinci dongle. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? They left all the glass in the street. Are you serious? All the glass is still in the street like that. Look at this. There's a bunch of glass in the street. Yeah. I can't leave that there. Fuck me. I'm gonna get a broom. I'm getting a broom. Be back later. As you can see, the street is much cleaner now than it was before. I couldn't get it perfect. I wasn't even close to getting it perfect because I have a really, really tiny dustpan. And I also had a really, really tiny, shitty old broom. But there's a lot less glass over there than there was before, and hopefully a lower likelihood of somebody getting their bike or their car's tires punctured as a result of it. The echo, I can't help you, man. It's a phone with a freaking microphone plugged into it. You get, like, there's no post-production, there's no pre-production, there's no anything here, man. It's a cell phone with a shitty little 3.5mm shotgun mic plugged into it. But you may notice that I feel considerably more confident going in between spaces like that. It's because this bike has no mirrors. And also this bike's handlebars and entire profile is far thinner. Now, it's not a cargo bike, but it also is it's a good 10 to 12 centimeters narrower. And that really does make a big difference in terms of my confidence going in or around things. So this bike, I really feel like I could be a daredevil with. The problem is that this bike is not in good condition. It has a lot of issues, and I wish that I really need to find like a bike dude who can just help me with all of my fucked up bike shit, because I don't have the time to put into any of this stuff anymore. I gotta find a bike dude that's local in New York City that has time for it, because my old bike place really doesn't have time for me anymore. I appreciate all the effort they've put into all of my projects, and they were good people. They are good people, honestly. It's just they're busy with shit that actually makes them money. So, doesn't that... Like, they don't have time to fuck with my bullshit projects. It's my self-built piece of shit. This is based on a Trek Dual Sport. So this is based on a Trek Dual Sport that's a few years old, but like all the electric shit on it is purely my doing. Oh my god, the fucking torque on this thing. Because it's not carrying batteries. So this one isn't carrying all the extra weight of all the batteries. It's oh. Yeah. The thing is that the suspension fork on this is totally fucked, has to be replaced. A bunch of shit has to be serviced on this, and I know I'm just never gonna make the time for it. I would do e-bike customizing vids if I had a bike person that could help me out. You can't hire a bike mechanic easily, honestly. Like bike mechanics, the moment that they see that I've electrified or done anything to my own bike, they go, I don't want anything to do with that shit. Get out of here. Because they're afraid I'm gonna blame them for electrical failures. Or like, you know, like he works on it and then my lights don't work after. And I try to make it clear, if any of my own electronics don't work, that's on me. There's actually one dude that mixed up, he unplugged a wire by mistake, and then he didn't know what it went to because the color codes were fucked up. And so he plugged it in, and he didn't realize that 58, that what is usually a 5-volt trigger, I actually was using for 58-volt power, and he blew it up. And I told him, listen, we made a deal. If anything happens to the electronics, that's not on you. And I held him to it. You know, he's like, I'm going to pay for this controller. And I said, no, you're not. We had a deal. But I also did that because I wanted a bike tech that was actually willing to work on my shit. Because I suck. I'm a horrible mechanic. I'm a good MacBook repairman. I will hold by the fact that I'm a damn good MacBook board repairman. I'm a shit mechanic. I am not a mechanic in any way, shape, or form. Paul's like, he could learn it, like the bike stuff, you know, what pieces you need when it comes to replacing a fork and all that crap, but he would have to kind of start and figure it out from scratch, and at the end of the day, he has motherboards to fix, which is necessary. I gotta find a bike mechanic that's willing to help me with my stuff. behind making this bike great again. But this thing really has potential. Look at how this thing kicks. Watch this. You see the Escalade in front of me? Like, watch how this thing kicks. Like, you see how that Escalade was in front of me and now it's behind me? That's fucking crazy. Because this thing is awesome. This thing is a machine. This is a beast. An absolute fucking beast. Here's the beast past its prime. I have not done a video on hiring my first person. I have done videos on hiring people before. So they did do some good justice, Copaz. Light has turned for... Oh, man. Also, what sucks about this is it's a 10-speed. I hate 10-speed with a passion. I hate 10-speed almost as much as I hate people that salmon the wrong way down the road. 10-speed sucks. Because the chain is so thin. It's so easy to break that shit. And yet, it's too many fucking gears. Who needs 10 speeds? Like, I love... My other bike is 8 speeds, and even that's too much. Give me 7 or 6 any day. 7 speed is fine by me. 10 speeds is just asinine. No need for all these gears. I was a pedaler for a long time. You don't need 10 fucking gears to be a pedaler. What, are you going up Mount Everest on this thing? No, you're not. You don't need 10 fucking gears to be a pedaler. I know, no. Nonsense. You think you do. You think you do. 7 to 8 speeds is more than enough unless you're trying to go up Mount Everest. And even then, if you're going up Mount Everest, I'm going to take a wild guess that you're probably going on gear 1 for like 90% of the trip. It's like me having a Rotel RB1090 amplifier at home that does 760 watts per channel RMS. Like, I want it. I don't need it. I probably never even use it, but I want it. You know, I want it, and I have it, but I don't need it. But yeah, I definitely got to find myself a half-decent bike mechanic. We'll have a deal. I'll pay you for the work you do, and I won't hold you accountable or responsible for any of my electronic fuckery. A big part of it is also the electric bike thing is also like really illegal. So bike mechanics don't want to fuck around with something that's illegal. You know? I don't blame them. Like, why would you want to have legal liability, you know, to make a few $100 here or there? It's not worth it for them. I love the fucking speed of this thing though. It's crazy. It's so liberating. It really is. This is so liberating. Like, you just get around everything. Like, fuck you traffic. Fuck you car. Fuck you other cars. It's just bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, zoom. Suck my balls, you honking cunt. He passed me only because I was behind someone that was turning. But that's fine, because I can pass you. Like this. I can always pass the people that honk at me. I have the speed and the power. having mirrors sucks because I have to look behind me. However, it's also awesome because not having mirrors means that I can get in between shit. I think I need to refill these tires. Taking a tight turn like that should have been way easier. That felt horrible. Son of a bitch. No merging to be done here. Boo. Come on, let me go. Anybody want to let... No. Oh, you... Yeah, nobody there was gonna let me go. That was lame. Ooh, that was a giant pothole over there. I hate how the bike lane is right next to all the parked cars that are about to open their door on you. That's particularly annoying. You always have to make sure that you have some brain power dedicated to monitoring whether or not someone is in the car and whether or not they're moving towards the door. If you don't use brain power on that, you'll get reminded to. It's one of those things that I think gets bred out of existence. The bike riders that did not do that wound up not having children. What the fuck is this? What the fuck was going on here? Why are they running away? Something fishy is going on here. Why is that man blocking traffic in the street? Why is that man running after that man? Why am I asking questions I don't want the answer to? Fuck this. I want to go home. I want to go home. Fuck that. I've done my criminal justice pursuits for the day. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Engage warp speed! Engage brakes. I don't watch Star Wars and Star Trek and all that other stuff. Never got. motor is so fucked up compared to the other one. I've had this motor on here since I think early 2019 or late 2018, and it's gotten a bunch of water in it. It's all over. Like it's really fucked up, and it's been through a lot of shit. So I'll be surprised if this motor even gets me home. I'll be very happy if I could get home with this motor. I don't feel like pedaling right now because I did 6 sets of deadlifts tonight. Alright. I honestly should not be pushing this motor. Should I push it though? Should I push it or no? I can't help it. I gotta push it. I wanna see. Alright, so you see up ahead we got one of those little Arrow shit bikes that they use in the Arrow 7 and Arrow 9s. Let's see if I can catch up to it. Pure power of will. Pure willpower, baby. I think this bike also has integral gain turned up in contrast to my other one, and proportional gain. It's actually a little too on the wild side, I would say, with the integral. Oh shit, there's a garbage bin in front of me. That's what I get for trying to pass somebody on the right. A fucking garbage pail in front of me. But I deserve that. I was asking for that. I was asking for that to happen by passing somebody. But yeah, this thing just, it shits on arrows, man. It shits on them. Literally just. I had to plug in my phone there, so he passed me. Such is life. But this thing is so fucking crazy. Ah, okay. Let's see. A lot of people here. Wait. Too crowded tonight. Once this gentleman on my left is done coming through, then we engage passing mode. Yeah. Oh, come on. Okay, so the left. The left lane has become a passing lane for people who are too slow to do passing. There we go. Oh, this is too much power for one person. Lower gear. Engage field weakening. I can actually feel on this bike compared to the others when the change stretches from field weakening engaging. I can actually feel field weakening engaging, which gives you that last little bit of acceleration before you switch gears. You get more RPM at the expense of torque and energy efficiency. But it's very useful for passing somebody when you don't know if you're ready to switch to the next gear yet, because you don't want to lose acceleration. And the really cool thing about the ASI and the Phase Runner motor controllers is, unlike the Subbaton pieces of shit, they don't enable field weakening throughout the entire RPM. It's not enabled the whole time, so you don't lose torque. Oh, it's only once you go over the max RPM that you can get for that voltage. And why are you walking on the bike side of the bridge, you fucks? It's only once you have... Jesus Christ. That guy was hell-bent on passing everyone. I was about to go left, but he was about to just completely cut me off. Which means we gotta catch up. There's no... we can't let that go we can't let that go unchallenged. But yeah, you unlike the Subbatons where you lose torque as long as you turn on field weakening at all, on this one you only lose torque once you're at the very end of the RPM chain. And at that point I don't really care if I lose torque because I'm already going like, 30 or 40 miles an hour. I fucking hate having 10 gears. There's so much mental gymnastics that goes into this because A, you cannot shift while there is throttle going when you have a 10-gear chain, because the 10-gear chain is a giant pussy. So you have to take your hand off the throttle and then switch. However, every time you take your hand off the throttle, you're no longer throttling. So you have to time it just... so I would have to usually pedal, but I don't want to have to pedal because in the time it's going to take me to pedal while I'm changing gears, I'm wasting time, I'm wasting energy, I'm wasting, you know, acceleration, and I'm wasting energy. So I want to hit the gear when I'm at just the right moment as I'm taking my hand off the throttle. You have to change gears at just the right moment, right as you're like a quarter of the way taking your hand off the throttle, so that there's enough force going through that it's still going to turn and change gears, but not too much force going through that you rip the pussy 10-speed chain. And the 10-speed chain is a giant pussy, as are 10-speed cassettes, also giant pussies. And I'm really begging for it because I actually don't have a spare chain, or I don't have a spare chain link on me, or the chain brake tool in my backpack. I usually carry that with me, but I'm unprepared here because I don't usually ride this one. See that, by the way, compared to my bike ride earlier today, do you notice how much more confident I am at being able to fit in between spaces than I was with the other one? It's because A, thinner handlebars, B, not a cargo bike, so no cargo space in the back, but C, no mirrors where I have to worry about the handlebars being wider than my hands. So my hands are at the end, and I know that however wide my hands are is as wide as my bike is. So I have a perfect image in my mind of how wide this is. I don't have to think about anything else. And that's something that I really like about bikes that I really don't like about cars. It's why I feel more comfortable going 45 or 50 miles an hour on this. Thank you for lacking a turn signal, you absolute cunt. But anyway, it's why see that shit? No turn signal. Fucking prick. Anyway, it's I was riding in his blind spot, so it's kind of like 50-50. I shouldn't be riding in his blind spot. But for fuck's sake, use your turn signal. It's not that hard. I hear modern cars don't even run out of blinker fluid as often as the old ones. But what did I say? But I still got to acknowledge, like, if I'm in your blind spot, that's 50% me. There's always something I could do to make it better. But what was it? The thing that makes this fun, like in a car, I don't really have an idea how wide I am. It's always it's like I always feel like I'm just about to hit something, and it fucking drives me nuts compared to this. But this, I know exactly how wide I am, as long as my hands are on the absolute end of the handlebars. If my hand is on the end of the handlebar, then I know what I can fit between, I know what I can't fit between, and I feel much more comfortable doing things that I would never feel comfortable doing in a vehicle, in a car. Maybe not too comfortable. Whoa. I definitely miss having a suspension. This has no suspension fork, so this is incredibly painful on the testicles right now. Whoa! Okay, that would have been painful on the testicles. I think my phone camera was pointing up, so you missed that. If I had went through that, I would have never had sex again for the rest of my life. There would have been nothing there. Just a giant hole where my genitals used to be. Can I make the light? Ah, shit, it's right about to change. You fuck. I win! Ha! Okay, that was fun. I made that light right before it changed. Woohoo! Eat my dust! I also probably have to pedal back to work when I get back from Nashville, because this battery is so far deformed that it doesn't even have enough for 2 trips anymore. It has enough for 1 trip, It can only do 2 trips if I ride slowly. And if there's anything I've done tonight, it's not do, it's ride slow. See the 2 Arrow 7s up ahead of me over there? Well, it's 1 Arrow 7 and 1 pedaling. Shit. Okay, he just made a turn, so. Oh, shit. Okay, did you guys hear that little noise that went? Yeah, rip motor, fuck. Rip motor, okay, cool. I'm only a few blocks from home, so I don't mind pedaling. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that was a good end to a motor that's lasted for about 2.5 years. I don't know if you guys heard that. No, that's fucked. That motor is absolutely destroyed. Well, I think because this is a directional microphone that I'm using. It's a shotgun, and it's not an omnidirectional, that you guys were not able to hear that at all. But that was the sound of that was the sound of a motor turning to dust. As I said, this motor had its issues. This motor is about 3 years old. It has been through a bunch of shit, and it was giving me issues. This one on this bike was giving me a lot of issues, tonight I just kind of wanted to I wanted it to go out with a bang, and that's what it did. It went out with a bang. That was fun. All right. Oh, they installed new lighting. Check this out. It's unfortunate that I can't lower the ISO here, up the exposure manually on a live stream, because this is the projects. These are project houses right here, and they just made it look upscale and luxury. Like, they actually redid a lot of stuff here, and it actually looks, those lighting units actually look really nice. This is right by where I live. I've lived here for about 12 years now. I'm too cheap to move someplace nicer. Oh, rip motor. Poor little motor. Oh well. Makes it less valuable if anybody wants to steal it now. Alright. I will see you guys later. Thank you for joining me. Wow, I got 232 people watching me ride a bike. F the motor. Yeah, you guys heard it. That's not a loose bolt. No, I'm going to open it up. That's burned, baby. That is burned.